Good morning. We have had a lot of comments left on my video from last night by Mr. Bacon, and I'm not sure entirely where he's at on this. Initially, he switched to, but it's still constitutional as written. Yeah, I don't see any reason to doubt that. I think it is constitutional as written. It is a compelling government interest to protect secret, top secret, and confidential information, specifically. And it is the least restrictive method they could use to protect it. They have it located in the middle of a base, or in a commercial center there may be an installation in a commercial center, but they have it located inside something. They have it protected from casual photography. They're not just laying it around on the side of the road where dash cams can pick it up. So as written, absolutely, it's constitutional. It passes the content-based strict scrutiny analysis. It is a compelling government interest. It's narrowly tailored to achieve that compelling government interest, and it's the least restrictive method of doing it. Or at least there's no less restrictive method that I can think of. So I am not disagreeing that as written, 18 U.S.C. 795 is constitutional. Where I disagree is, number one, that it would be unconstitutional if it was a time, place, or manner restriction, because it is content-based. Luckily for you, it's not a time, place, or manner restriction, because it is content-based. So it has to go through strict scrutiny, which makes it a constitutional provision, a constitutional statute. Where I really think it would be unconstitutional is, again, the way you are trying to apply it. If filming the fence line of a base is a violation of 18 U.S.C. 795, then the government has taken no steps to protect that information. It is not the least restrictive method. It's still content-based, but it's not the least restrictive method, and you would be hard-pressed to suggest that a photo of the fence line of a base is a compelling government interest. The government has a compelling interest in protecting top secret, secret, and confidential information from dissemination to the public. Fence lines of bases are already disseminated to the public. There is nothing to gain by preventing people from taking a picture of that fence line, or there's only marginal gains. And a flat restriction on speech that restricts what you do, even in the privacy of your own home. If you remember that fence line under Blue Bacon's theory, and then you go home to your home and you pull out a piece of paper and you sit out at your kitchen table and you sketch the base, that section of fence line of the base, you draw a sketch at your kitchen table of the fence line of that base, you're in violation of 18 U.S.C. 795 under Blue Bacon's theory, which is why it would not pass constitutional muster. Now, I want to caution Blue Bacon. He is taking the too truth for liberty, the too dumb for lawyer approach to this. You're swinging wildly. You grabbed U.S. v. Salerno, which is an 8th Amendment case, to try to make a First Amendment argument. The 8th Amendment is different than the First Amendment. Grab a First Amendment case. They treat them differently. They're looking at different things. There is a different liberty interest at stake with the 8th Amendment and the First Amendment. The government has different rationales for the two. It is a completely distinguishable case, and it would get you nowhere in court. Sovereign citizens use this tactic all the time. They grab snippets from unrelated cases, completely different field. 8th Amendment, First Amendment, completely different. Use First Amendment cases if you're making a First Amendment argument. there's one other thing I want to touch on. I think it's Aurora Alchemy refined her argument. Her argument was that, and I may be misquoting it, but this is my understanding of her argument, is that if an MP sees someone either writing or drawing a vital military or naval installation that the president has defined as requiring protection from the general dissemination of information relative thereto, Aurora Alchemy's position is that because the MP would have to look to see whether it was a picture or writing, that would be a content-based restriction, and that would not be. You don't have to read the writing. You don't have to analyze the picture to get what the picture is of to figure out the difference. If it's writing that is okay and drawings that aren't, all they have to do is look to see if it's writing or drawing. They don't have to look to the content of it. They just have to look to see what it is. It's the same thing as saying posters aren't allowed, but t-shirts are. Well, you'd have to look to see if the person's carrying a poster or if they're wearing a t-shirt. Well, yeah, but that's not a content-based restriction. That would be I guess a manner-based restriction, but it's not a time, place, or manner issue still. Really. It's still what we're looking at. 18 U.S.C. 795 is still content-based in that they have to look at the photograph, the drawing, the graphical representation, the sketch, the map, the model to determine if it is a representation of that vital military or naval installation that the president has defined as requiring protection against the general dissemination of information relative thereto. So there you go. Good luck, Mr. Bacon. Don't feel bad. A lot of people don't get this stuff. It takes time. There is a reason why in law school they teach First Amendment stuff over the course of a month. There are a lot of different tests. There are a lot of different ways that the court can apply the First Amendment, and it's not always easy to pick the right one, and sometimes the court picks a different way than everybody expects. So, you got to be prepared for that, but don't get frustrated, Mr. Bacon. Keep reading your encyclopedia until it makes sense. Keep reading the cases. Make sure that you're looking at First Amendment cases if you're dealing with the First Amendment issue. And yeah, good luck. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.